Welcome to the morning meeting. My name's Jimmy. His name is Matt. We're hanging out in our gaming room, which is a couch setting instead of a podcast room because they're recording something in Studio 2, I'm guessing?
Studio 2 and Studio 1 both recording. Green screen room was the other option, I guess.
You're going to have to talk through this one again. Tell them what I'm doing. I'm changing this camera.
So Jimmy's changing the camera and...
I want less headroom.
Oh, he wants less headroom than what we had. And now he's moving the camera down, which most of you can probably see. And now he's coming back.
You know what I feel like? Glassman, Steve, his name's Steve Glassman, Take Your Shoes Off podcast. I actually enjoy his show. I don't watch it always, but when he has a guest, he has the guest sit down, and then he just tinkers with all the cameras and is constantly getting up and sitting down. And, do you want something to drink? And the guest is just sitting there like, what's going on?
That's funny.
Is this the show? And I feel like I don't feel like I was just doing basically an impression of him, but not on purpose. I didn't like that shot. It had too much headroom.
Yeah, that's fine.
We weren't entering the top third.
No, and I mean, I imagine that Rob crops this shot in, but...
Okay, you were giving him room to crop. It makes sense.
But that's okay. I mean, there's plenty of room still. And see, I set the set real nice. Joe's has this picture on the wall. And yeah, unless you have anything else to say about your day, I wanted to rip two things real quick right off the top.
Rick Glassman. Maybe Steve's his dad. Well, we're in this room because the train was 50 minutes delayed.
Yeah, I know a lot of people had troubles getting into work today.
Yeah, Steve Glassman's an executive producer of the movie Lost Years. So, okay, what are the two things you want to rip right off the top?
Real quick, right off the rip, I wanted your reaction to all of Mad Dog Russo's comments within the past 48 hours. He said that if the Diamondbacks win Game 6 and Game 7, he will retire.
Yep.
Do you buy that?
On the spot.
On the spot.
Yeah, I mean, Brett Favre has taught us you can retire and unretire as much as you want, so you can do that. I envy Mad Dog. I was just talking out there with a bunch of kids. I know it's cool to hate Mad Dog. I grew up with Mike and the Mad Dog when it was the heyday, and I think I don't know how this is going to play out for him. I think you sent me a clip. I didn't fully watch the whole thing, but it started and he was operating a camera, and he sat down. So you probably just hate him. I envy his ability to do that and then just not really care and then just fake retire and unretire, and it's working. Everyone's talking about it. I can't really do that, but I envy the ability to. Just like say stuff that I know people are going to hear. Like him and Tori Lavello, like Tori said he was good friends. Like Tori and us have like, I would feel bad. And I would also know that I was doing something strictly for like clicks and I was saying stuff that I didn't believe at all. Or maybe he did believe it, but like being so hyper. Anyway, whatever. I envy his ability. And that's the first thought. And the second thought is Mad Dog's funny. Like him and Mike, back in Mike and the Mad Dog, would legit crack me up. They were like funny. So he plays this loud role. He's very self-aware about it. I think as you get older, you morph into sometimes you don't know. Like Francesa, definitely kind of like sometimes he didn't know what was happening. Other times he did. But I bet he plays off this. I bet it's funny. And I bet some young kids are going to be like, oh, at least he's rolling with the punches and taking it, and maybe they like him more.
Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike him at all. Do you think that he cognitively thought beforehand, like, A, this is either going to be a moot point because the Phillies are going to win, or B, this means that I'm going to get a ton of listens the next 2 days after the Diamondbacks win? Or did he just say, no pre-thought and just, yeah, this is nothing to me?
No, I mean, he really believed it would be crazy and the Diamondbacks stood no chance. But like Craig Carton did this, said the Jets won't if the Jets make the playoffs, I'll walk across the Brooklyn Bridge in a Speedo. What was that? It was at the Jets or the Giants, and then he did that. I just feel like this is like a kind of a shock jock radio staple. If this happens, I'll do this. We shaved my beard off and glued it onto Jake's face.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to do some crazy stuff to get people's attention. I think he truly, I don't think he did it. If he was to say, if the Phillies win these 2 games, I'll do it, then you're like, well, dude, obviously you're just doing it, so you have to now play the gag up. And it wouldn't have worked.
No.
But people like people getting owned. Everywhere I go, I don't have a charger.
Damn.
And everything's dead. Because I watched a lot of cricket on the train, which was delayed. My phone's dead.
We could open that. You want me to open the door and get Sam's?
Yeah, steal Sam's charger. Or I could plug into my laptop, but I don't have a cord. And now Matty's kicked off the show. And welcome to the Jimmy Alone meeting. I'm looking at the notes Matty took and spying because I told him I didn't check out, and he said that's better. It's better for you just to react. He also said there was 2 things that he was going to do off the rip, and we've only done 1, so...
So that next thing that I just wanted to clear the air, because last week we looked like 2 doofuses talking about AI. A lot of comments, including those from R. Sanchez and BC Talk Pod. They informed me that a lot of people are just talking about not complete AI doing the breakdowns, just text-to-speech.
But I don't understand how that would work.
Well, we have the knowledge that you don't write a script. I think a lot of people assume that you write a script and then just read the script and record. They don't realize that you're not writing a script and that you're just free-balling it throughout the breakdown and that you use the cuts to be the script.
Yes, I don't write a script, so we couldn't do that.
Just wanted to get that right off the bat.
Yeah. We did use AI, though, to turn me into a Spanish guy.
Yeah, so the next topic that I wanted to hit on was that. Breakdowns are now in Spanish, which is exciting. For those that are interested, we're going to do all of the baseball breakdowns until we run out of site credits in the next month. I'm going to translate those into Spanish. The technology is not just a translate what Jimmy said and then put a robot voice to it. Some kind of technology on their end is voice cloning.
It scares me.
It sounds like you speaking Spanish, which is cool, and I'm sure scary.
It's pretty freaky because I don't speak Spanish. And then people are saying it's like a Spain version of Spanish or Mexican version of Spanish. So the Dominican people are saying it's proper or whatever. No, it's Spain. Ronnie said it sounded like I was from Spain, like it was giving me a lisp a little bit on my S's. Some people in the comments said it was bad. Other people that we know said it's like you understand it, so it's good enough if you know that this is what it is. But it is scary. Do we have analytics out yet? Have they updated?
Yep, they updated. It's not no impressive numbers, nothing to write home about at this point.
How do I even get into the place to go see that?
If you go to the back end, click on that Adolis video, and then go to advanced mode and analytics. And then what I was doing was click that top left filter audio track and then type in Spanish and hit apply.
Wow.
2,000 views.
Interesting. So that's just people that read the comment and switched it. They didn't send it into the Spanish algorithm yet.
Doesn't seem to be.
Did we offer them a Spanish title?
Yep. There's a
thumbnail?
Spanish title. You cannot change the thumbnail by language. You can change the title.
Okay. All right. Well.
So yeah, if this was our complete test, we would not be continuing to do this because the view count on just Spanish audio is very low.
Maybe it takes a while.
It could take a while. We also want to give it a month and see more of a sample size. So we'll see.
What are your feelings about having a monk in the office?
So you're talking about Luke, I assume.
Yeah, my brother.
I told him that he should incorporate that into his Halloween costume, the inability to talk.
Be a mime? Or Red Pollard in his later years? That's a joke in reference for literally no one except me. And maybe Sarah Hillebrand. Is that her name? Sarah Hillebrand? Seabiscuit author? Laura Hillenbrand. So that joke was for me and Laura Hillenbrand.
For those counting at home, that's the second incorrect first name of the episode.
Okay.
This is what Luke said after.
What did he say? You want me to read it?
No.
Oh, yeah. How did he spell monk there? So my brother hurt his throat and he can't talk. The doctor told him he's not allowed to talk for a week.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So he came in. He's got a notepad. He's writing down stuff.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with him, and then he turned around to Slack response me and then turned back around to listen to me speak.
Nah, he's like too into it. He's like full blown.
I didn't know where he was at with that at the beginning of the day.
That's unfair. Just it's a Slack convo now. You can't. He can't Slack you and then you have to respond and turn around back to you, type. He's got to either face you and type, or just Slack. Oh, I see. You got to be able to see his face while he's typing.
He's got it plugged in. At the beginning of the day, I didn't know where he was at, and I still really don't. I think that he's okay if we joke about it, but when he told me what happened, I said, "Oh shit, that sucks. Sorry to hear that." And then I was going to respond with, "Well, sorry to read that."
Yeah, but he can hear.
I didn't hear him say it. He just slacked it to me. But I didn't know if he was like joking about it at this point.
How about Courtney being such a influencer?
Yeah, she's all on the LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn and don't follow or connect with Courtney Hirsch, you're missing out.
She's basically stealing this show.
Yeah, it's like be first, be best.
She's ripping us off on her LinkedIn.
Yeah,
it's all building JM. She's our COO, and she's like LinkedIn viral. She is saying it's helping meet brands and like make connections, which is the whole point. But no, it was a post about me. I didn't even know this was going on.
You took a train selfie.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought you were sending that to her parents or something.
Her parents.
That's from a little bit ago.
It was fake? It wasn't right then and there?
Well, when did she post this?
Yesterday.
I don't know. We did take the train recently, but I don't think I've worn that hoodie in a while.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I don't have those jeans, so that's from like last winter.
Breaking. Go not connect with Courtney. Just kidding. The big thing that I wanted to talk to you, Luke, stop slacking me. The big thing that I wanted to talk to you was that I think that I found out why the day in the life video popped off.
I just saw that in your notes, and it says new metric.
Yeah, there's a new metric on YouTube. So go to the more Jomboy.
Okay.
Which
you guys are watching right now. Subscribe if you enjoy it.
If you're not subscribed.
We got another day in the life vlog-ish video coming out soon.
All right, so go to that video, go to the back end, and then go to the advanced mode analytics. Tell me when you're there.
I don't mess around in advanced mode analytics that much.
Neither do I.
I never did that filter drop down you just showed me to get audio. I'm there though.
All right, more on the top right.
Yeah.
All the way at the bottom, new and returning viewers. Holy shit.
Well, I know that. We do new viewers all the time.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay. I clicked it. Nothing happened.
Let me see. This is what mine looks like.
That's not what mine looks like.
Click it again.
Mine looks like this.
Views. Oh. All right. Well, here. Switch.
Well, what the heck?
I don't know what yours is. So look, what I wanted to call out was at the bottom, watch time and like the view duration from new viewers. I think that makes a difference. Like there's some videos that have good click-through rate, good view duration, and they don't blow up, and we're sitting here saying, what the heck? Well, it's all of our returning like core audience that's watching it. YouTube tried to push it to the new audience. And if the new audience's average view duration was rock bottom, they're going to stop pushing it to new audience. And in the average, the view duration looks really good because, 5,000 core audience keeps it high.
Yeah.
But here on this video, there were points that the view duration and watch time were like meeting one another between returning and new viewers. So I think that YouTube saw.
I figured out why. I don't have the chart.
Okay.
But that's interesting. So new. So
I don't have it.
So you can toggle on new, because I always look at. Oh, you got to change it from that to like first last 28 days or whatever.
Oh.
So you can toggle and look at new and returning viewers, and then look at their, because we always look at, like with the cricket, we get more new viewers, less returning viewers, because we're branching into a new area, which is why even if the total view is down, it has value. But you can take a new viewer's behavior versus a returning viewer's behavior.
And I think that that's what YouTube is doing.
Now, the returning viewer still watched more and had a higher average view duration, but new viewers watched 8 minutes. Interesting.
And I bet if you go to like I did a test of this and went to like a recent breakdown. The returning viewer time was like 5 minutes. Or no, it was the recent NFL one, so it was a long breakdown. The returning viewer's time was like 7.5 minutes. The new viewer's time was 1.5 minutes. So there's such a big disparity.
Fuck those new viewers.
I know. They're missing out, but I think that YouTube's seeing that and
this is your first time watching this show on YouTube. First time on the channel ever, and you're still listening right now? Thanks. You're excluded from that.
You're excluded.
Well, let's go to like Savannah Bananas on Warehouse Games, because that got a ton of views, right?
Yeah.
And we will look at the analytics around it. It got 189 views. And I want to go new and returning. Last 90 days. Can you only do last 28 days?
Did you put the more on?
I did.
Oh.
Let's do last 90 days.
Yeah.
So, new viewers watched 5 minutes and 20.
Not that long.
And returning viewers watched 10 minutes and 37.
So maybe I'm not as in tune, but
no, I mean it's a cool like nugget you found that I didn't know about. What if we do Blitzball Battle 3? I bet like this is what it's going to make some of the other sports we do harder, and we kind of know that going in.
The reason that I'm going to keep moving forward thinking that this means a lot is because, on the back end of YouTube where they have that, like, video of the week?
Yes.
Where it's that, like, guy with the beard that's, like, telling you, oh, YouTube values this.
Mm-hmm.
This was one of the videos. That's how I figured this out. He said it in one of those videos from, like, a few months ago.
So we thought you stumbled up onto gold, and you're saying right now, no.
Possibly.
Someone said, there's gold over there, Matty.
Oh, I mean, isn't that what everybody is? Columbus, I mean...
Columbus was just straight up accidental. Thought he was in India.
So I'm better than that.
Thought he landed in India. And was so cocky about it.
He was
He
cocky.
just called the natives Indians.
Yeah, it's a cocky move.
Like, how do you not land, realize there's no trade, no, like, big ports, and maybe these aren't Indians?
Right.
And he was like, he met the locals, saw the situation, and was still like, nah, this is India.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. So we got Ice versus Como Captains, not the championship game, but the first game. New viewers, average view duration, 14 minutes, 25 seconds.
What's the returning?
14 minutes, 52. So, yeah, there's probably something there. So maybe, like, in our videos, every 5 minutes we like have a producer tag that's like, new viewers stick around.
New viewers, you won't believe what's at the end of this video.
Wait till you see what's coming up next, new viewers.
Returning viewers,
Returning
ignore
viewers,
that.
don't spoil it. Yeah.
Don't mind that.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. I'll check it out more.
I do think it makes a big difference. And I also think that this is a high level of what YouTube is showing us still, because there was a thread that I read on Twitter that said there's actually 4 groups that YouTube probably is grouping, and we're only seeing 2.
Oh.
But they think that there's super core audience where, you know, it's a small percentage of people, but that are going to watch everything.
Yeah.
Then the people that have watched more than, 5 of your videos before, those that have watched 1, 2 videos, and then completely new. And YouTube's algorithm pushes in the reverse order of that. So if new viewers are eating the video up, YouTube's going to keep pushing it. Not to say that if the core viewers eat it up, that they won't push it, but YouTube is realizing that might not be an indication of this is a good video that should be pushed.
Okay.
That's a thought.
I like it.
Lovely.
We have we can do it's like another day in the life, but there's a big event video coming out where I just went to the NAB trade show.
New. National, probably.
Probably national, if it is NAB, which I'm 90% sure.
Maybe it starts with a K.
No, I think it's National Association of Broadcasting, so NAB trade show. Me and Mike just went. Specifically to learn about replay machines for the warehouse. And it's part of the you have the video for like that section. I can do the rest of the day in life if you want. I started it, so I should give you the premiere of what I started. But I was kind of like sneaky. I'm not comfortable just like filming in public. Some people knew I was filming, but I was kind of like just filming like the floor and you could hear voices or filming like, I don't just like, oh, here's your face. What are you telling us, dude? So that's why I think we might have to put other stuff around the video.
That's fair.
And you can title it whatever about the broadcast convention.
Yeah.
But there's this company that does replay machine, and they like their whole thing is they think running live production is too expensive, and they're trying to make it cheaper. Now, people have no idea how expensive it is because their cheapest offer right now is $60,000, and we can't.
And that's them making it cheaper.
Way cheaper, but yeah, it is way cheaper because what that $60,000 allows you to do, you would need it eliminates 15 people, which is kind of crazy. But you need 15 cameramen. Like the old school way to do what they're offering, you would need 15 cameramen and 15 replay operators, which is like Mike was looking at the credits for a live college game or something, some sporting event, and it had 12 replay operators for the 12 cameras they're running replay on, and then all those cameras have operators. And what this program is, so it's eliminating all of that. It's one person can do all of it. It's crazy. It's called the Dream Catcher. He did say that 2 months from now, they're supposed to come out with a even more scaled back entry level. So we'll be on the lookout for that.
All right.
But it would, and we ran into 2 things that would change your role for floorball filming. One, I want to get it was like $7,800, which I want to fit into the budget now. It was so cool. I probably you have the footage there, but it was a PTZ camera with a real lens, like it looked like an actual Sony or whatever, like it looked like that, but a little bigger. But the PTZ controller, you don't have to use the joystick. It had a monitor and 2 handles, just like you were doing a tripod. So it's the same gimbal as a tripod, this way, that way, zoom in, zoom out, and the viewfinder's right there.
That's like Yankee Stadium, right? Have you ever sat behind those guys?
But they have the camera in front of it. Like we could still put the PTZ up in the sky.
Oh.
So we can still put the PTZ a 20, 30 feet high
Right.
for floor ball. You could still operate it like handheld, but it would be remote control, and you would just be sitting anywhere. I mean, it'd probably be, well, anywhere, yeah. As long as we have connection, and you're just watching the game on the screen, and you're just going left, right, zoom in, zoom out. That was really cool.
That is cool. I'm sure, I mean, the technology is probably correct. My thought and worry there would be any bit of delay.
No, it was seamless.
Okay.
It was called the Remote Control Services, like RCS, Fluid Solution FS1, something like that. That didn't come up with anything.
I sat behind those Yankee Stadium guys once recently, this past year. Theirs is really cool with the chairs that just swivel back and forth with the whole thing. And I tweeted this, so you being, an active follower of mine probably saw. But it was a Saturday game. They had college football in between innings. They would the camera lens, which they would normally be looking at to see what they're filming, just switches and it's college football.
That's cool. Just entertain themselves between.
Yeah.
That's cool. The other thing that this different company offered, which is nuts, is they have a 4K, said they could do 6K shot wide of like a basketball court. That's what you're showing us, basketball court. Okay. And it's static. There's no operator. And then the players have chips on their uniforms, like microchips. And the ball is a chip. And they're using this places because this was a college game that was broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a touch screen, and all 5 players are on the court, are available, and the ball, and you just choose what you want to track.
Mm.
And you know how I keyframe and move it around, or like a camera operator would just like always keep them center framed, find them? You just choose.
I mean,
it's one camera shot.
Yeah, if we could do that with the ball.
I don't know if that is very expensive. Like that's even more than the 60K. But that was nuts.
It's all coming back to me now. At Villanova, I was an engineering entrepreneurship minor, and that was my team's product in sophomore year. We made a ball that had that ability where the camera was following just the ball, and you didn't have to have somebody standing there.
The dude was kind of talking to us. Hey, this is the guy we were talking to. He's on the YouTube video. And then we showed him some footage from the warehouse, and then he kind of was like super into it and got our card, got our number, because I think they look for like companies like us that could beta test stuff, and that'd be awesome if we get like the
seriously.
But it's called the if anyone wants to go look it up, it's called the Evertz Evertz Dreamcatcher. It was so cool. I want to find out. I want to find the. No, they don't have it. It also could like patch and bump up your frame rate. So if you wanted to show a replay in like 200 frames or whatever, but that doesn't work for baseball that much. It gets sausagey, sluggish, because the ball is so you need it to never stop. How they do that is they just put still images and all that.
Gotcha.
So that's cool. That video will come out.
That will come out on this channel soon.
And then I had another idea for a behind-the-scenes style video for a breakdown that I'm going to do on this channel at some point.
Nice. I'm excited.
I just need a good breakdown. I was going to do like a walk through the sequence. So like I edited it, and then the breakdown comes out, and then at the end of the breakdown I could say, hopefully it's a big one, I can say, if you want to see, how I made this, there's a video, so it's like available. So like a breakdown that's going to be pretty big, but also not incredibly timely. And then I don't want to because I did one where I edited out loud, but instead of I finish the edit, and then I just show you I walk through the timeline,
right? And
yellow is replay, and this is how I did this effect.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about doing it on the Adolis Garcia one, but I didn't, and my timeline was kind of messy.
Mm-hmm. That was a little bit of a rush.
Yeah,
because you were a tough weekend.
I was sick. I snotted so much out of my nose in the bathroom earlier. I made Kyle and Jack Doyle look at it. They both didn't want to. Today, yeah.
Each.
I made them watch it.
There was a big bathroom holdup yesterday.
Why is our urinal broken? Who broke that?
I don't know. But I walked in there and there was a line waiting for the stall in the bathroom.
Because there's a urinal out.
I know.
You're a numbers guy. 3 people versus 2 people, big difference.
No, but the urinal was free. This was a poop line.
Who waits in line?
I won't name names.
Okay. That sucks for the guy pooping.
No, the person that was in there enjoyed it.
So is Jake?
No.
Okay. Kev?
No. Okay. I can't name names. That's just rude.
Okay.
All right. So I want to get through some of the questions that were left on the last episode because there were some good ones. First question, though, a little bit of a goof and a gaffe. In the style of Alden's comment, Landon said, "I'll let one rip." How many pennies would fit in the studio that y'all are currently in?
$100 billion.
Moving on. All right. I thought this was a good question, topical, and you and I have also discussed it. But Garrett asked, is there any chance that Jam Live will go on the Apple Podcast app?
Oh, we talked about that with Kyle today.
Yes.
The chance, yes. We'll wait till it's basically in trial mode that is live for the public to consume as we just develop the technology, the framing, the shots, all of that as we go. It's free to publish on YouTube. It's not free to publish on iTunes. So we'll just wait till it's a bit more polished. And
yeah,
then you kind of need like a marketing plan to build podcast only, because like Football Today or something we launched recently that like, it's like, oh yeah, you need to tell people available on podcasts as well.
Right.
Because it doesn't have that algorithm that finds you that YouTube does.
Yeah, I think that's valid. I think down the line that would be the ideal goal. But with the caveat that it is a live show and we do want people tuning in live as well.
Yeah.
Renee Carr asked about the mid-rolls that have been going on in the Jam playoff streams. Quick question about the streams. Are you guys now purposely running mid-rolls during them? I've noticed quite a few of them, but don't know if it's just a YouTube thing or not. Congrats on the new deal. Saladin.
Well, I don't think we can control those.
We can.
We can?
No, I said we can't, but we can either shut them off completely or it's an on and or off. It's not, we can't control the frequency.
We can't pause them to not happen live, but if people rewatch the stream,
we can do that.
Oh, okay.
But how many people are rewatching the stream?
Well, for like Blitzball Blitz.
Different scenario.
Yeah, for Blitzball Blitz, they didn't have they were running them, and I think people would miss pitches.
Yeah.
So and it got a lot of views after the fact.
And BBD.
And we want people to come live.
BBD does this for Talking Yanks, Talking Baseball when those shows do go live. I believe that he keeps the mid-rolls off while it's live to not make somebody miss anything that you guys are saying, and then turns them on later. With the playoff streams, the amount of people that watch later is so low, especially because we're putting out a stream highlight video the following morning, that it's beneficial to have those turned on, even if the frequency is often while the show's going live.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is a bummer, but the mid-rolls, you can manage them, but not incredibly. Like, YouTube's weird. I remember at one point, or maybe still, if like our producers aren't on top of it, they just pump so many in.
Yeah, we're good
People
about
would always
that now.
we're good about that now, but like people would complain and be like, "Why is there so many ads?" It's like shit. That's just like when you're done and you post it and you let them manage it. They just put a ton in. You have to go organize it yourselves. But for live, yeah, for the playoff streams, no one's rewatching those. And if you want to get whatever money you can, which is we are a business. Yeah, and it's not like a game where you're going to miss. Oh, I missed the home run pitch because the YouTube gave me an ad. It's it's a watch along. So I think you can leave them on there. You just hope they don't overdo it. But if we do when we do live sports, we should do.
Yes, agree.
Did we ever address the people that were so upset about us spoiling Blitzball Blitz when we go live?
No.
I mean, I understand their confusion, but there is no point in us attempting to go live, like where you're watching it in live time. There's no point to incentivize people to watch it afterwards, or our main goal is to incentivize people to watch it live. Every other tournament we do on the channel is we record live the tape and we premiere it later on, and we don't spoil those because we understand like this is made for you to watch on your own convenience, your own time. We want to get into live sports because a lot of advertisers love live sports. They love if that live chat is really high. That's like very valuable to them. And if you host an event, they love that people buy tickets to watch it in live time. So when we do the one league we're going to do of the year and it's a live stream, I'm going to spoil the fuck out of it. So you think, shit, if I don't want this spoiled, I need to watch it live. There's no point in doing those if we are not solely focused on getting people to watch live. I fully understand that people are not going to make time for us. They don't like us that much. It's a Saturday at 8 a.m. or Sunday. That was the only time we could do it. And if you can't make time and you don't, then that's fine. But like we let you know, it's going to get spoiled because in order to do this and to continue to grow it, we need the live chat numbers to go up and we need the attendance to go up. The views after the fact only help so much, and we can get those even better doing it how we do all the other tournaments. And still, there's going to be, out of 10 tournaments next year, 9 of them are going to be, so you can watch on your own time. And the one to try and get into a new space of advertising is going to be live. And we're going to try to get people to come in and watch live. But yeah, there's a lot of people that just don't understand like the difference, why would they? They're just consuming. I hope that explains it. Like our only goal of doing something live, which is a headache and a big production, is to show advertisers that we can get people that will join our live show. And that is more, CPMs go up, prices go up. It's easier on the crew, and there's no post-production. But it's also a crazy headache to pull a production off like that and flawlessly. So anyway, I hope that explains it and lets you know, like, we will be spoiling those because we need people to watch them live. And if the whole community is like, fuck you, dude, we don't like you enough to watch live, we like you enough to watch on our own time, then won't do them anymore.
Yeah.
But we'll probably try a handful more for over the next year or two before we can it. But yeah, so I hope that explains it for the people that are curious. I saw comments like, holy shit, they did it again. After he got so much backlash, they spoiled it again. It's like, yes.
Yeah.
That's what we need. That's the whole goal, is to make people watch it live.
Yeah.
There was probably, some people that were like, I don't want to get spoiled. I'll tune in. That worked.
I don't want to rile you up anymore talking about annoying hate comments, but Alice said a question for Jimmy on the next morning meeting. Does it annoy you when you see people on your cricket videos saying things like, this sport doesn't make any sense, or otherwise diminishing it when you spent so much time explaining the game in your past breakdowns?
No, I mean, no. And I will say, I'm never like riled up against the people that don't understand the live. I'm riled up by the people that like act like we don't have like a plan.
Yeah.
Or like we're not thought out.
Yeah.
Like they don't know what they're doing. Like, no, we do. That's more like we put almost too much thought into things. The cricket people, no. I mean, that's a really nice thing for someone to do when they leave comments like that, like, game doesn't make any sense. It's like, oh, you can ignore me sign. And I've gotten really good at participating in those signs on the internet. I used to be very bad at it.
Right.
I'm very good at, like, if someone is just using the internet and social media to use it how majority of people do it, just to, like, fucking throw out, like, dickhead comments or like like fiend ignorance or fiend arrogance because they think that's how they have to exist on the internet, like then I just like mute the account right away, especially if it's not a human name, and I just like, oh, okay, like I'd rather mute that account so I don't end up reading something else and value it later. We went over muted accounts on the stream the other day. I have so many.
Oh.
Like as soon like yeah. So no, I mean, it's cool when people enjoy it, but like there's so many comments of people saying like I understand cricket now, or like wow, this game's actually kind of cool. That I've gotten better. I've gotten much better at that. There's certain comments that still bug me. Like today I didn't read the Talking Baseball YouTube comment section, and I probably just like should never. Like if I could disable that, those people just whatever they want to project onto me, they will. Like I got told I hated the Rangers and I was so upset they won, and then I got told I hated the Astros, and then I got told I hated whatever you want me to hate, that's how you will perceive what I say on that show, which is like a shitty, annoying place to be. So, but the cricket comments, it's more like whatever. Okay. All right. You didn't enjoy. You didn't like try to understand a very simple concept. So I'm not going to try to engage with your fiend ignorance or whatever it is.
Yeah. I was telling Zach earlier a comment that had bugged me, and like you, I'm nearly immune to most of them. But somebody said, I always find it funny that when Matty looks up GeoGuessr metadata while they're playing. As if, first of all, just to clear the air.
I don't understand what's happening. What's GeoGuessr?
Like, if I go look up, when you can see the top of the car in GeoGuessr, that means it's Kenya. That happened in the last video. Metadata. Like, this riff in the sky is Albania and Montenegro.
That's metadata?
Yes.
That's just like you knowing the riff in the sky.
I understand, but they are saying that I'm sitting there off screen helping us, just looking, if we see a riff in the sky, I go, riff in the sky, GeoGuessr. And
I don't think you can call that metadata. I thought you were talking about you were toggling like the website and saying like show website specs, and then you were finding the metadata in there.
Right.
So what Jake and I refer to as nerd shit, the nerds refer to as metadata?
Yes.
Jeez. They're deep.
Regardless of what you call it.
You were like yellow bands on the light poles. This is Taiwan. That's metadata.
Yeah.
That's just knowing your geography.
Exactly. That's what I think.
You don't cheat.
See, now the air is cleared.
Okay.
But I think that I was just annoyed because he says, whenever this does happen, as if it happens a lot.
Yeah.
I get that I'm not the fastest.
You're not on screen, so they don't know what's going on.
Well, they can talk to Zach about that. I have two more things. One of them is very quick, and then we can get out of here.
Do you know you're playing in the warehouse tomorrow?
No. Well, playing what?
Bat and trap.
It's my favorite sport.
Your team. Do you want to hear your team?
Sure.
Your team. I don't know when this video is going to come out. I think end of the year.
Oh, this is for a video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you not want to play?
No, I do, but...
Your team is Sam.
Okay.
Mike DeLeon.
Oh, we're going to win.
Matty Mouse.
Yeah.
Zach.
Oh.
Dre.
We're winning.
Rob Scirocco.
Who's on the other team?
Jack Sorensen.
Yeah.
Ronnie.
Is
and
this
John Cox.
Is this a production versus creators thing?
Yep. It's crew versus players. The other team is Jimmy, Jake, Jack, Zoe, Dalton, Joes, Rourke, Paxton, BBD.
What is the sport? What is that? What does this mean?
It's bat and trap, but it's
Is it like baseball?
Well, pop a pitch where you have the little tee and it go boop and pops the ball up. You have to hit that ball straight.
Oh, there's no pitching?
And to get the batter out, you have to throw a ball from like the garage door and hit the strike zone. And would you rather wear a visor or a fedora?
Oh, a visor.
Yeah, everyone's going to want to do the visor over the fedora.
How many fedoras do we have?
I bought a pack of 12.
Oh, my God.
And then I bought a pack of like 40 visors.
Yeah, the visors by a mile.
Yeah.
40
so
visors.
because for Blitzball Battle 4, because the crowd is going to be empty, we have less people since we're filming on a weekday, I'm dressing the crowd up in costumes.
With those?
These Dr. Seuss hats.
Is this Bad Friends influenced?
Well, I've always wanted to do this. I wanted to dress up like paperboy, like old-timey 1890s
Popper?
athletes, like baggy suits, like those old golf outfits, but that's expensive. So I just went on Amazon and did like party hats, pack of 8. They have all the colors of the franchise leagues.
Oh, that one is very We Got Ice in the front.
Yeah. And then I was sending Sam a bunch of stuff last night. Like, look at this. Capes and masks in every color of the team. So I think the crowd will always be in a different outfit. Oh. These whatever hats those are called. Bucket hats. Top hats, every color of every team. And then nylon fishnet gloves. I think like K-Mac or someone wear those as batting gloves.
No way somebody wore those before.
No, but they will now.
Yeah, sure. That's funny.
Yeah. So we're going to take you down.
Okay. I mean, so it's just a hitting competition and throwing strikes?
Yeah, there's a lot of mental warfare going on.
I'm not worried about that.
And you're going to be wearing a fedora.
We have Zach. What are you talking about? Mental warfare.
Mental warfare. And you're wearing a fedora.
That doesn't
bother you. You're going to
feel dumb. I'll feel dumb about the fedora, sure, but...
Okay.
All right. These last two things. This first one's really quick. Grapes Geek asked, you ever try to use a ball mouse?
No, I think that's just like we got too many PC people in the world like you. Ball mouse.
No, I'm not anymore.
Someone did say that like Mac trackpads are good if people have not used a Mac laptop, and then I thought about some of my dad's company laptops that weren't Macs, and the trackpads are fucking awful. Like you swipe a million times. So I was like, oh, that makes sense if they think that like the trackpad is of that ilk.
Yes.
I haven't used a mouse in 15 years, so I haven't used a ball mouse.
I mean, the ball mouse, right? There's one at the warehouse in that studio. You never even touched it. Mm-mm. It's terrible. I know Mike likes it.
I use a mouse when we do GeoGuessr. But actually, Jake uses the mouse. I'm the keyboard guy. Yeah.
We're talking ball mouse, you know.
Yeah. I don't think that would work. It's too sloppy. I just need left, right. 2 swipe left, 2 swipe, 3 finger, left, right, left, right. Like flipping a magazine like crazy.
The last thing that I wanted to talk on was we had
last thing.
There's a Friday all hands meeting. I just wanted your thoughts on
Sarah has rebranded them to all feet meetings.
Okay.
Frogs don't have hands.
That's fair and all, but I just want you to know that that wasn't decided before the last one, so that was an all hands meeting, and moving forward, the rebrand is in
all feet meeting. Yeah.
What is your question? How'd you feel about it?
Good. But I know all that stuff. I hope like the employees feel good. Courtney ran point on a lot of it. I did a content update, kind of like But I felt like what I said we had talked about a lot already. But see, the problem is I talk in so many different little circles that someone in that crowd has probably never heard me share my thoughts on that. But maybe majority have, and that's the tough thing about kind of like any company, I guess. But like I'm in a ton of meetings, and I'm an open book if you're in my wake, basically. Mm-hmm. Like I don't keep things from people that I'm surrounded by me. So I end up saying something 15 times because there's always like, a new person now is around me. But there's some people that they don't exist in my wake. They're not on content or production. So then like that would be their first time ever hearing me share my thoughts. I always forget that because I feel like I've said this so many times to you guys. And then it's like, oh, well, not everyone. But how did you think the meeting went, I guess? I'm a little like too close to those.
No, yeah, I think that it went well. Maybe we'll wrap up here because it's been a positive as of late, but I did appreciate the visual, and Sarah got her shout outs, and she's well deserving of those. I appreciated the visual of the merch.
Oh, that's cool.
Chart.
Thing.
Yeah. Can you speak to the thought process behind like the quick shirt being first and then being the best after that?
Yeah, the merch world is wild and the internet is crazy. And we had like gotten out of the quick shirt, the first to market shirt, which was the only merch strategy we had for a while. Like CC Sabathia, That's For You Bitch shirts, or Savages in the Box shirts, or Trastros. I'm trying to think of some of our best sellers. Joe Kelly versus the World. Cluebot. Rodon Toe Hitter. Those were all shirts where like something happened and we were the first kind of like on Twitter and on the social medias to like say like, here, we made a shirt about this. And we're with MLBPA now. They have to approve of shirts, so we started scrapping the quick shirt and doing all the MLBPA ones. And I had talked to the merch department and all that and shared my thoughts on why I think it's valuable to throw up one quick that, even though it might not be the best, it might not be MLBPA approved, but that's first to market is always there's just a ton of value there in multiple ways. Like the tweet's going to do well. So like our first Attaboy, it was an Attaboy shirt, not MLBPA, no likeness, just Attaboy for the Phillies after the Harper's second homer or whatever. And we were the first to get it up. That tweet did like crazy, like tons of retweets, tons of engagement, big numbers for a shirt, for like a store link. Majority of those are people being like, oh, this looks like it's going to buy this. And meanwhile, it's our best seller in like forever. But majority of people quote tweeting it saying like, if you buy this, you're so lame. And then they're sharing our store link for us, and that's nice. And then, so we were first to market, and there's a huge spike in merch store revenue, like then.
Best day of the year.
Yeah, best day of the year, huge spike. So there's value, obviously, like first one people see, they want to be part of the moment, part of the memory. They buy it. It's valuable because it is content. It's a viral tweet for us in itself. Even if people aren't purchasing it, they're sharing. It's like a good social post. And it shares the link to the store. Even if people don't buy that shirt, we see a lot of traffic on other shirts in that window of people going to the store. So that's one of our 7 like company mantras. Company, what are they called? The company values. Values is be the first or be the best. So It's like, all right, if we were to miss that window and we weren't the first and a bunch of other places got theirs up, then it's like, pause, we weren't the first, let's go be the best. Let's go make the best Phillies, Attaboy, Harper shirt, get it MLBPA approved, and put it up there. And we missed the first wave, but we're the best. But in this instance, what Sarah was able to do and why we shouted out, she did both. She was the first, or we were the first. It was a big team effort. Mm-hmm. And then it's still such a big moment. Like, now let's put up an awesome one. And I didn't scour all the other shirts at all the other companies, but so I don't know if we were the best. I'm not trying to knock any other designers out there or like eat or smell our own farts too much. But we put out like a legit awesome shirt, MLBPA approved, the next day. That tweet doesn't get any like love as far as retweets and posts, but the shirt still sells really well. So, and I was able to attach them to a breakdown. So there's this huge spike because we're first in store revenue. And then there's a mini spike when the game ends and we use it on the final tweet of the game, like final score tweet. And then there's a little spike when we drop the MLBPA approved shirt. And then there's a bookend giant spike when I attach it to the breakdown. And it's a really cool graphic. And it's really cool because it shows that thing, be the first or be the best or be both is the full value. Yeah. And we were both right there. And, there's times where you can be the first and jump on a wave and have fun and be part of like something viral and silly, and then not do like a crazy one like the Taylor Swift shirt that you came up with that we sold a lot of.
Yeah, crazy.
A crazy amount of. Yeah. Yeah, the merch world is weird because, like, on Twitter, it's just going to be, like, 4 people replying, who would buy this? Because no one, like, clicks the link, buys it, and then goes back to the tree and, like,
I bought this. Some people do, though.
Yeah, but whatever. Like, people buy shirts, but it's, like, so popular shit on merch. So popular shit on everything. That stinks. Get into your 30s and have kids and, like, start, like, looking at life through a different lens.
Everybody should comment first on this video and then later think about your best comment.
I love the people that comment first on breakdowns and videos.
Yeah, it's cool.
It means they subscribe. It means they have notifications on, the bell rings, and they want to engage right away. I think, like, and they might not have anything to add because they didn't watch anything, but, man, they're helping the algorithm, and they're like fucking, I don't know a good metaphor right now, but they're like the first engine. They're like the first rev of a motorcycle. Mm-hmm. Like, you publish it and then all those people come in like first. That's like vroom, vroom, vroom. Mm. And they're helping take off. So I used to try and be in there when I would be the one that hit publish on YouTube. I used to try and be in there and interact with like crushed it or like good job, or if like one of those first 20 people like asked a question, like be in there and chat. But since I don't hit publish anymore, I don't fully know when they're going out. I don't do that anymore. But yeah, those people like to make fun of those too. Oh, you're such a loser. Okay, they're awesome. They're like supporting something they like, which is a cool thing to do. I like Jeffrey Martin and The Great Cricketer and Ken Burns documentaries. So I have a Great Cricketer sweatshirt, and I'm gonna make a video about Jeffrey Martin's album.
Have you worn it?
Yeah, I think so. It just says TGC.
I can't picture it.
And I don't know how you would support PBS. You just donate? I guess I just have to fucking donate. They killed all the buffalo. That's the most current Ken Burns documentary on the buffalo. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
They killed all of them. PBS, Public Broadcasting Suckfest.
They killed all the buffalo?
No. The whites.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Isn't that nut? In 100 years, they just killed all the buffalo. They're like, for 10,000 years, the natives and the buffalo coexisted in peace and needed each other to survive. And they were not only... The buffalo didn't provide just every physical piece of everything. Like, the buffalo provided, the teepee was made from their hide, and their combs were made from the brush, and their food was the meat, and their shoes were the fucking hide, and the hairbrush, and the pots were the bones, and the hip bone was this. And for 10,000 years they coexisted, and then the white man came and killed all the buffalo, which in turn led to the demise of all the natives. Fuck!
Yeah, that's some sorrow shit to end the show.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Let's go, Buffalo!